yeah. Gotta charge up those batteries. Some of those raw chicken, salmon, Nutella electrons. But even better, some of those sunlight electrons, even though it's cloudy. And some of those grounding electrons, boy. Have you charged up today? Remember, this is the place to be. If you wanna feel that electricity, boy, running in your veins. If you wanna have that consciousness. I need some charging up today, man. I need a little bit more charge. So clouds, move aside. Because my consciousness, it's a little effed up right now. And I'm hungry, so I need those food electrons as well. But yeah, we're waiting for the big dog, the sun, the creator, the one who runs this shit. Now you can put your own little twist with your religions and esoteric nonsense on top of that. But remember, those are beliefs until proven otherwise. We all are waiting for the receipts. But we know one thing for sure. Everything on this place is run by that thing over there. Everything. Me, you, all these plants, this water, the water inside of me. That's how you charge up your batteries. The sunlight hits the water inside of you, especially the UV and infrared A light, red light, and your electrons get excited and they charge up you. Most of the diseases, like most of these diseases, are just lack of sunlight when you think about it. Sunlight deficiency. That's way bigger problem than any nutritional deficiency, because you can transmutate, especially minerals. Vitamins, I haven't heard can you transmutate vitamins, so that's why you need to get that good local food also, and that needs to be some animal products in there. Let's be honest, because those are the goodies that bring the vitamins. But I know you can transmute minerals if you get sunlight, if you get grounding, if you connect it to nature. Minerals might not be that big of a deal. Just transmutate them through light. So number one nutrient you need to get: sunlight. It does so much. It does incredible things. And it goes way past biochemistry. It goes into biophysics. When we can look into even the smallest things. And when you understand that, you understand you need that light. You need that light bad. And most of the problems are just sunlight deficiency. Now there are some questions. Why are some very low IQ people living in some of the tropical places? Like, why didn't their brain develop, even though they get a lot of sunlight? Maybe there's some other things. But also many of the people, especially the indigenous traditional people who live in these tropical places and who get a bunch of sunlight, they seem, even though they kinda hunter-gatherers still, they don't have any of this technology, but they seem kinda super wise. If you check these YouTube videos where guys go to the visit these tribes, first of all, they all seem content. They all seem happy. Maybe that's why they don't got even the ideas to create these technologies, because they're just so freaking content. They're just chilling out, living their best lives. I know that when we move up to north or south, when it gets colder and we need to start to use artificial light, we need to use fire, candles, and all sorts of technology that degrades the melanin in our brains, and that melanin forms dopamine. That's how creativity is born. When you degrade melanin, you get massive surges of dopamine. Now if you degrade all of your melanin, that's when you get into trouble. That's why most of these artists and creative people go crazy. They have all these mental health problems because they got no melanin left anymore in the brain to protect the brain, because they degraded it. And maybe in the past they created some incredible works of art, but they didn't realize it was costing them their mental health. Now if they want to get that back, they need to get a lot of sunlight and renovate their melanin. Most people think that melanin is only on your skin. Like you can see, I have incredible nice tan melanin for a Finnish person, for an uncoupled haplotype. But melanin is inside of you, and it is the best semiconductor we have. That's why human beings are special, because we have the best semiconductors inside of us, and melanin might be the best one. And the only way to renovate your melanin, get super good melanin inside of you, is sunlight. And what degrades it is artificial light. Even fire can do it. What degrades it even more? Non-native EMFs, the 5G. Then some foods. That's also why in the raw meat community people know that some of these herbs, some of these gingers and turmerics that being pushed on by the algorithms, and some of those Ayurvedic motherfuckers, namaste motherfucker. Trust me bro guys, like in the raw meat community, people know that those herbs can be incredibly bad for you. And it's just kind of like, yeah, they got some anti-nutrients, they're toxic, but people really don't know what's going on. Well, Jack Cruz explained that to me, because some of these things like turmeric, like ginger, can degrade your melanin incredibly well, which is a really bad thing, because we want most amount of melanin. It protects us from the 5Gs and non-native EMFs. So some of the foods, like turmeric, and some of the herbs, and some artificial foods like aspartame, the artificial sweetener, they are absolutely horrendous for your melanin. They degrade it through some biophysical pathways that I'm not gonna go into right now, but you can learn about it. It's well established in a science, but nobody knows about it because nobody understands the importance. Well, nobody, but I mean, when I talk about nobody, I talk about the masses. The masses think, when I get sick, I need little ginger. When I get arthritis, I need little turmeric. Turmeric anti-inflammatory. Anti-inflammatory. Dog, you lost, son. Anyways, those things don't even grow in my environment, so what the hell, how the fuck I'm gonna get them into my belly? Except by blocking in the matrix. into the supermarket system. That's what fucks us all up. But yeah, most of the diseases, sunlight deficiency. Most of the mental health problems, sunlight deficiency. And the more problems, more diseases you got, the more sunlight you need, the more grounding you need, the more extreme you need to be about it. You might have to start looking some flights to some freaking Kenya. Go live with the Maasai for a year and see how you do after that. Drink some blood and raw milk with the Maasai. Kill a goat here and there. And just get purple, bro. Get that melanin sky high. And see how you feel, bro. That's probably the best treatment for all these diseases. Well, not all, but all these uncurable diseases that the centralized medicine is like, we cannot cure you, but we can freaking fiat farm your ass. We can use you as a patient, as a customer for the rest of your life. That's why we don't wanna cure you. That's why we don't know what the cure is. Because John D. Rockefeller didn't create our little system that way that we would know the cures. Because we need to have some profits out of this. Anyway, get outside, recharge your batteries. This is how you do it. You get naked, you get all of your body parts to the ground, or at least some, and you get that sunlight everywhere, even the places where the sun don't usually shine, if you know what I mean. And then enjoy some salmon Nutella raw chickens and whatever grows in your environment. For me, it's a lot of raw chickens. If you look my videos up, that's the key. And it feels so goddamn good. Let's be honest. When the sunlight hits the sack, it feels goddamn amazing. Hell yeah.